All right, are we filming?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Hi, I'm Mr. Peoples. If you didn't know already, please put your phones away and pay attention. You can set your bag down too. Let's get started. Okay. This is YouTube Tutorials 4.1 Flex. And this week we're going to do aging the face. So we're going to do half of our model's face in middle age makeup and the other half in old age makeup. And again, I am crazy and I never have a schematic here because I've done it so many times that I know exactly what I need to do. If you're doing this at home, you want to start with a piece of paper where you plan out your makeup just to get some extra practice. For this, it's not that crazy, but you want to make sure that you have all of the wrinkles in the right places. So that being said, I'm going to get started. And I'm going to start on the right side, or my right side, and Jalen's left side of her face with a certain color foundation. Can someone grab like a hair tie or something so we can pull her hair back?
Yeah, that one. See if there's a headband in there.
You're good, don't you worry. And then get this
Here you go.
all over the face. Yeah, get your There we go. Hold it out of our way. So again, I always start with like full coverage with the sponge, and that's just like your base. So I've already got a really good coating of foundation on Jalen's face. So then I'm going to come over, and on the other side of the face, I'm going to use a different color. So I've used something that's really close to Jalen's face, her skin tone on her left side of her face, and now I'm going to go a little more tan, a little more pink on the right side of her face. Why would I want to do that? Does anybody have a guess? I'm doing two different ages.
Because the older you get, the less color your face has?
True, or vice versa, depending on what kind of person you are. Like, are you outside more? Do you spend all the time outdoors, Jalen?
No.
So then we can say that the older side of the face will be the lighter skin tone, and then the more pink side will be the middle age. So the younger, less aged side of the face. So we'll say, well, maybe when you're younger, you're going outside a little bit more, but then as you get older, you start to get a little creaky and you like to stay indoors more so you don't get a lot of sunlight on your skin. So your skin gets lighter. Keep your eyes closed for me, just so I don't get makeup in your eye. Okay. So again, I'm doing like a full coverage sort of makeup, and I am just doing one half of the face with this other skin tone. And that's going to give her a little bit more pink tone to her skin, give her a little more color. And I'm not going to be like perfectly down the middle because I don't want to concern myself with that. I'm more worried about speed today. Okay. All right. So, if you've ever done basic corrective makeup, which I know you all have in here, right? Everyone's like, crickets, chirp, chirp. I don't know, what's he talking about? So when we do theatrical makeup, which is what this is centered around, this flex hour, we usually start off with, if you'll turn your head this way a little bit, we like to start off with a basic corrective makeup, which fixes any flaws in the skin, the surface of the skin, such as scars or blemishes, but it also serves as an enhancement of the facial features. Okay, and that means that it's helping us make our facial features pop more on stage. And I'm just going to try to do that real quick with some shadow and some highlights. So I'm going to start off with a basic corrective makeup, and then I will go in and start to add those elements of aging to the face. I'm gonna do so I've done the shadow under the cheek, or under the cheekbone, I should say, on top of the cheek. And then I'm going in and I did the shadow in the temple region. Now I'm doing, try not to move, okay, unless I ask you to. Throw me off a little bit. Now I'm doing the shadow on the side of the nose to give definition to the nose, and I don't know if you can all see this yet, but don't worry, we'll get there. Okay, so I'm connecting that with the shadow above the eye and below the eyebrow. Now I'm going to have Jalen turn this way a little bit. I'm going to do shadow in the philtrum, which is this little like valley here below your nose that helps give some extra definition to the face. And then everyone has a little bit of a shadow below their bottom lip, and that'll take different forms as your face changes.
And you're doing this for both sides of the face?
I'm doing this for both sides of the face, and this will be the same. The basic corrective will be the same on both sides. What will change is the placement of and the amount of wrinkles that we have on the face. So everyone, no matter what age you are, has similar shading planes of shadow and highlight on your face. And so we're just enhancing those with theatrical makeup. And if you didn't know, this video will be available on my YouTube channel. That's why it's called Makeup Tutorials. Or YouTube Makeup Tutorials, I guess is their definition here. Yeah, okay, so there's that. And I'm not blending yet. You might be like, oh my gosh, these look crazy. What is he doing? Looks like he's like coloring a paint by number or something on her face. Well, it's because it's actually gonna get blended out later, but I am blocking in all the places that get shadow right now, because I'm gonna come back and do my blending once all that's in place. And I'm probably also gonna do my highlight first before I get too far along. Okay, let me check and make sure I can do that evenly. Okay, go back this way, and now I'm going to do the jawline because I want to make sure that the jaw is defined. Okay, awesome. All right. So I've done all of my basic corrective shadows. Now I'm going to go in with my highlight, and I'm going to do all the basic corrective highlights. Now I'm not going to put away my highlighter shadow just yet, even though I've got all these pieces in place, because I'm going to need these same colors for when I do wrinkles on the face. But I'm going to go ahead and start filling in the highlight for the basic corrective. So focusing on the top of the nose, the nostril, I have to say, you guys are really animated. Very vibrant group here. So talkative.
I mean, I can be animated if you want me to.
You can be animated. You guys can, you can talk to me. I just don't want you to like throwing me off the trail here. I want to make sure that we're focused on makeup. But
what is the meaning of life?
the meaning of life, 42.
Why Why is that the meaning of life? I've never understood.
I think it's just a joke.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is that what?
Yeah, it's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's just like, oh, it's so funny because it's like a number, just some arbitrary number is the meaning of life, and that's supposed to be funny. Yeah. It's not actually. I don't think the number 42 is actually significant at all.
I think the number 25 is very beautiful number.
A quarter of something.
No, because it's better. It's funnier than 24.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? 25 is funnier than 24. I agree.
Hilarious.
All right, so smile really big for me, Jalen. So right now I'm putting highlight on the cheek here. Yeah. And so I like to do my highlight like a lazy comma or an apostrophe. It looks like this comma's been working all day. You know, it's been separating phrases and clauses, and it's like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm gonna lay down, take a little nap. So it's on its side. It's like, you know, and its tail sticking up in the air instead of down like it normally should. So I am doing lazy commas on the apple of the cheeks. That's why I asked Jalen to smile real big, because you get a big ball of highlight on the apple of the cheek, which is the body of the comma or apostrophe or tadpole, whatever you want to call it. Little sad tadpole, little dead tadpole.
Oh my god.
Lying up on its back. It's like, oh, I got caught in the sun. Ah. Yeah, I have a morbid sense of humor, huh?
Yeah. I'm not judging.
Fried tadpole.
Why would you put highlight around that?
Well, I don't always do it, but usually shadow is going to get a highlight next to it. And so the reason I'm putting it on the temple here is because, well, I want my temple to really pop in these aged characters. So I'm going to go ahead and add the highlight there.
Okay.
Because the depths of the face, like the temple region, the hollow of the cheek, anywhere that recesses away from the outermost points of the face, like where the nose and the bones of the cheeks are, those places are going to sink in more as you get older. As your face loses elasticity in the skin, so your skin is like really plump and your flesh is really plump on your face and like sticks up, you know, or stays in place. As you get older, your skin loses elasticity, and so gravity starts to pull your face down, and that's why you get sagging in your skin and wrinkles on your face. It's just a side effect of gravity pulling on us. Do you guys know any ways to prevent those things from happening to you? I mean, you can't outrun it forever, but what is it?
Die young.
Die young.
I know somebody that literally pulls her skin up, so she doesn't.
Yeah, there's
Face
like certain
lift?
facial exercises.
Talking about Dolly Parton?
Huh? No, it's what's it?
What were you saying? Moisturizer, yeah. If you wash your face every day and then give yourself some moisturizer before you go to bed, your skin's gonna be flawless like mine for more of your life. You know, you'll be as beautiful as me for longer. That's what I'm saying.
You are beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially with your Rocky makeup.
Heck yeah.
Adam showed me a picture the other day and I just about died.
Oh yeah, I'm in Rocky Horror Show at APT. If you don't know me.
I'm coming this Saturday.
Woo! Oh yeah, it's your birthday, right?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's Anaya.
It was Anaya?
Yeah.
She pulls her skin out.
Like somebody pushed her face, she's like, don't touch me, and then she like rubbed her face up. And she thinks she
Okay,
touches and like do that, it'll snap her
Might
skin.
make her skin wrinkle.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, that's crazy. She's a fun girl, I'll tell you. All right. Yeah, you could always invest in a good plastic surgeon, I guess, if you want to. If you're too busy to like moisturize. Although there's a cost to that, unfortunately. All right. Okay. So now I have all my highlights and shadows in place for basic corrective. So I might just go ahead and start, just between us, I'm going to go ahead and start blending and softening. Yeah. So I'm using the corner of my sponge that I use to put on the foundation. And I'm just going to soften out those edges. I don't want to blend my shadow or highlight together because then it gets to look kind of muddy. It's like when you put vanilla and chocolate pudding together and it looks like you swirl it all around and it just doesn't look like anything anymore. We're trying to keep those separate, but a clear definition between the two, while still softening them into the skin tone around them. Okay, so we want clear areas of highlight and shadow, but we don't necessarily need them to like blend together. Okay. Anybody got any good Halloween plans coming up? I know it's pretty far off. Anybody working at the haunted house?
I wish.
Jay?
Oh, it makes me so mad I can't. Because Fridays I have football games, Saturdays I have competitions. If I could get out of football games, I would.
Yeah, we have to go to school on Halloween. It's a Tuesday.
I wish we were allowed to come to school in our costumes.
Halloween.
That would be like scary. In school in their costumes because some people dress.
We do have fall break, but it's much earlier than Halloween. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, keep your eyes closed when I'm this close to your eyes. Okay. Alright. So yeah, this is really exciting. Ooh, anyone see it yet?
It's
Ooh, I did.
scary movie. I hate it.
So scary. I saw it. Hey, maybe next week we'll do clown makeup.
Oh, yes.
No fun. No.
That sounds good. I think I'm gonna do that.
Don't get near a shower with that.
No, we
No,
won't
that's the
use
perfect
Don't.
idea.
Showers.
No,
has, like,
he's
a
really
phobia of
afraid.
clowns.
He has a phobia.
Like really? Yeah, 100%.
It's not even funny.
Last year he probably did that like more thing. That like
Yes, yeah, right. Oh yeah, remember last year at this time, there's some scary stuff going on with some clowns.
People got arrested because they were chasing people with fake knives at the square. It was
I
pretty
would do
great.
that if you got someone running at me with a fake knife. I mean, you gotta do something.
I'm dressed as a clown.
Made like an Instagram account and it was like clowns at Bentonville and I was like, no thank you.
So it's right.
All right, y'all. Back to me, my favorite subject. I am almost done blending here. I'm just, the last touch is I'm taking that shadow line that I drew under the jawline and I'm blending it down onto the neck. And that just helps the whole face kind of pop out and be more prominent and not blend in so much with the neck because we're all the same skin tone from our face to our neck. So when you get on stage, you want your face to really pop out and be more expressive. One way to do that is to put a little delineation between the two with shadow and highlight. Okay? So I've pretty much got all of this the way I want it. Now I could spend all day touching up and fixing stuff because I just like to do that. But I'm not going to do that for you guys. I want to move quickly. Can I get a time check?
We're at 11:06.
We have 13 minutes until the bell rings. Oh my, we'll never be ready. We'll never be ready. 13 minutes, I'll never be ready. Alright.
If you can do face correcting.
What?
I said get those wrinkles.
Yeah.
That part.
Okay. So the biggest part's done, thank goodness. So what I would want you to do is turn this away. Ooh, this isn't as pretty as I thought it was. Yeah, so make sure you have your model turned a lot.
Let me get that hair
Yeah,
away.
pull that behind your ear.
Eh.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I can't see it, so I don't know.
Jalen, your excuses. Excuses.
I am.
That's all you are, just excuses.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, oh, I've discovered something. Okay, so now what I want to do, keep your head this way, please. So I'm gonna add a bag under the eye, because when you get, you know, to be middle age, you're gonna, you know, if you ever have skipped a few hours of sleep to get some work done, you're gonna have big dark circles under your eyes. So I'm just adding some shadow there. Just a couple little lines. I'm using the knife edge of my brush. To make really thin lines, what I do is I pull my brush across the edge of my makeup cakes, and it makes a really flat, you see that? And then you can use a pendulum motion as you draw it across the face, and it makes a really nice sharp line. Okay, so if I go from there, I can add a little bit of highlight in there and make that bag of the eye pooch out a little more. Pooch is the technical term.
Motion two.
Are you sure?
So now turn and look at everybody so they can see what I just did. Look at that. Now she looks old. She's getting old right before our very eyes. It's like we're in a time machine. You guys can smile. It's okay. You are like stone face over here. Like, I'm working so hard to make you laugh. All right. So we are going to keep going here.
Skills.
Let me focus on middle
I
age.
definitely
So
know
keep
what
your
I'm
head
doing, by the
turned.
way.
Okay,
Like you had it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back in and touch up that shadow because it wasn't as pretty as I thought.
You had 13 minutes.
Ah! I mean, I'm fine. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to stay focused, Joe. Not done yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm gonna put in like 1.5 crow's feet, just little bitty crow's feet. Crow's feet are the wrinkles at the corner of the eye. They call them crow's feet because birds have like 3 toes on their feet, and usually those wrinkles kind of splay out like a bird's foot, you know. I wouldn't know because I look great, but I've heard about it from a friend. So I have a couple of crow's feet there. I want to add a bit of a scowl line at the corner of the eye. These I actually do have.
My mom calls it the 11.
Okay, because there's 2 of them and they look like an 11. That's funny. I like that. All right, smile really big for me. So we have this natural little like crease here, this little fold. We call it the nasolabial fold because it goes from your nasal region, your nostril, to the side of your lip, and labial means lip. So I just made that look really gross, but I'm gonna fix it. Okay, so it doesn't need to be too heavy. You don't have to do that
Oh,
anymore.
okay. I didn't know.
No, that's okay. I just needed to sketch it out, and now I'm gonna deepen it. Okay. Shadows I like to blend upward and outward, except for the cheek shadow. Highlights, when it comes to wrinkles, we always blend down and towards the center. Okay? And then the only other thing I think I'm going to do with the shadow on this side of the face is I'm going to give a little crease at the jawline. We're going to go very minimal with our middle age.
Why would you put the crease there?
Because as you age, your gravity is pulling your cheeks down because they're the most voluminous part of your flesh on your face. So they're going to start sagging before everything else. And when they sag, that means that they start to droop, and it kind of does this little thing right here. And so you get a little bit of a, I mean, again, I'm perfect, so it's hard to see it on my face, but some people have it. I don't know.
Mr. Peoples, how did you become so perfect? What's your daily routine?
Well, it all starts, back on my home planet, where we're all created. I'm a fair complected person. I stayed out of the sun a lot as a kid, played a lot of video games inside, so I still look pretty young for my age, because I'm 31. I know. I know, right? I look like a CW 21-year-old. CW, because all the actors on CW look like they're actually 10 years older than the character they're playing.
Oh, yeah.
Happens with every high school show.
Yes,
That's
every high school show, every college show as well.
Glee.
You got 30-year-olds playing 18-year-olds.
I mean, I'm an 18-year-old and I can play like a
10-year-old.
6-year-old. Yeah, like a 10-year-old if I need.
I think her name is Rebel Wilson, the girl that plays Fat Amy in Picture
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mhm.
She's like 38.
Oh yeah, playing a college student.
Mm-hmm.
It's not unusual. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. All right. Oh,
All right.
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah, I'm also Linda Belcher is my spirit
Me too.
animal. Okay, so there's the middle-aged side of the face. Does everybody see that pretty well? Mm-hmm.
She looked good.
Okay, and turn this way, and I'm gonna crack down on the old age part
Really cool.
really fast. How much time do I have left?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. That's plenty.
We got this.
We got this.
He got this.
No one can do it.
Guys, I hate it when people talk about things that aren't me. Please. Okay, I'm deepening those shadows. You like my song? I'm deepening the shadows. Kind of sounded like that Sam Smith song. Drowning shadows. You're welcome. Anyways, look it up. Get a Spotify subscription. This YouTube tutorial is brought to you by Spotify Premium, one of our sponsors.
We're a high school makeup room. I doubt we have any sponsors.
Although Walmart did provide us with some supplies this year. It was nice. The cosmetics department of Walmart did donate some supplies to the room. Yeah.
Well, that's Walmart. They do everything.
That's actually really true.
Hey, most schools don't have that thing in their backyard, so we're lucky.
We also have Sam's and like Tyson.
We also have Mr. Peoples, so I mean, we are pretty lucky.
Why, thank you. I would have said it, but thank you.
You would have said it.
I was going to. I was about to, but I'm glad I didn't have to. Thank you. Makes me look better when people compliment me and I don't have to brag about myself.
We read your mind. Just how
Right.
this works.
So I'm adding that nasolabial fold again. I've added more wrinkles, more crow's feet. I've added forehead wrinkles, the frown or the brow, the scowl line. Excuse me. And then I'm also blending those out. We're blending. Blending those up and out. Try not to get rid of my lines, though that's kind of hard. Blending this out. Okay. I'm blending this up and over the curvature of the cheek. I'm adding a little crinkle to the corner of the mouth there. I'm going to go ahead and take some of that away with my fingertip. anytime you touch the face with like your finger or your sponge without makeup on it, you're gonna take away a little bit of makeup. So that's a good thing to remember if you need to remove a little bit, if you went a little overboard, which sometimes I do. So I go back in and just do that real fast. So now I'm gonna go in and add in my highlights real fast. Underneath that wrinkle, just to help make those wrinkles pop a little more, and the crow's feet and the bags under the eyes. Edge is getting a little blunted. I need to sharpen it up. Okay, and I like to use the back of the makeup brush, the little point, to blend, because it's just right there and I can flip it around and use it. It's much faster than trying to use anything else. Go with a little more shadow. So you start to get wrinkles from both sides as you age. It's no longer just from one corner. It's all blurring together because you're just becoming one big old bag of wrinkles. No offense to people with wrinkles. One day I'll be there.
I thought you were
Never.
perfect
You're
though.
perfect.
Well, I mean, in several hundred years I will be aging. Eventually. Mm-hmm.
His first wrinkle, age 85.
100, 8,500.
Get it right.
So the crease on the side of the chin is going to be much bigger. Oh no, I miss you already. Bye everyone. But we're just about there. Cool. Thank you.